The Nords don't appreciate us, but so what? I don't appreciate them right back.
Be out there fighting the Imperials right now if it wasn't for my war wound.
Don't be so sure of that. We've intercepted couriers from Solitude. The Empire's putting a great deal of pressure on the Whiterun.
And what would you have me do?
If he's not with us, he's against us.
The Stormcloaks are finding victory. Excellent. You've done us a great service. Here is your reward.
How long are you going to wait?
Do you think I need to send Bolgraf a stronger message?
Oh,
If by message
I'm not much of a strategist, but Lord Ulfric listens to my counsel all the same.
Taking his city and leaving him in disgrace would make a more powerful state.
Grew up here. Cold as Atmora, but that just grows the beard sticker. Lot of history in these walls. We're trying to make some more. It's a lucky time to be alive.
Torek was merely a message to the other.
For Ulfric? Well, nothing official. Known him for years. He seems to value my thoughts, and I'm grateful for that. I don't really have a mind for war, and I think he likes having an untrained opinion from time to time.
Many, I fear, still need convincing.
All right, then.
Let them die with their false kings.
We've been soldiers a long time.
Spare a coin for a poor old woman.
I'm a sailor on the North Wind. We're laying over in Windhelm.
It's so good to... Oh, thank you. Divines bless your kind heart. The divine smile on a charitable soul.
Let's see if I can look up that armored mud crab. It's not appearing on the map. And it's at Understone Keep. There's a laboratory there too. Mostly haven't looked in this area. Apparently I haven't run into it. Up here. Think it. Oh, here it is. Mark house.
Horses all day long.
Just thinking about the wouldn't call it a lab, but there's an excavation there, dwarven ruins. Plus, I also need to go there for. I thought I'd. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot it unchecked it when it crashed. Basically.
You dare fight a Dunmer?
think either joining the Assassin's Guild or destroying them will put an end to those assassins. You got some pretty impressive views along this road. This is not the place you want to sleepwalk. Be heading by Whiterun, and then from there it's a straight shot to Markov. Just the thing to see, 2 large spiders. 2 giant spiders. There we are. You wouldn't think a horse from the Soul Cairn would get tired. or run out of stamina, but it does. Still, it does have an advantage over all the other horses in that if Arvak dies, he doesn't really die, he just gets sent back to the Soul Cairn. So all it takes to get Arvak back is simply recast the spell. Of course, with that, there's a disadvantage in that the spell only lasts so long. But the thing is that it won't, Arvak won't disappear while you're riding him. It'll wait until you actually dismount or you're knocked off Arvak, and then they'll return to the Soul Cairn as the spell runs out. So as long as you remain on Arvak, then the spell is, well, virtually indefinite. And the virtual part is simply the getting knocked off is mounting. If neither of those two things happen, then then Arvak will just remain in the material plane. Those traps I just ran over reset. I've tripped them I don't know how many times. On purpose or just riding over them with Arvak. Of course I've done it with Shadowmere too. The only way to get Shadowmere though is to play the Assassin's questline. Another assassin.
What are your thoughts on all this?
I know it's what everyone says. To go to new places and see the world.
As to why some of them go berserk like that, I still don't know. There's Markov just ahead. I'll look into the mud crab first and then the shrine second. This one used to be a dwarven city, but since then it's been taken over and adapted.
What am I supposed to do? Never leave the house? You want that ending?
You're closing the stall, and that's fine.
Excuse me, but do you know anything about this house? Seen anyone enter or leave? Seems no one in this city has. I'm with the Vigil of Stendar. We believe this house might have been used for Daedra worship, evil rites, and so forth. Thank you for your time.
I mostly deal with petty thievery and drunken ghouls. Been too long since we've had a good plan.
Does make for a soothing sound. City. There's running water inside Whiterun too. So this is one thing that those two cities share in common, although this one has a more significant waterfall.
You're here to see the Jarl. No sudden moves. Understand?
Good to see Skyrim still has such fine people. You give an old man hope. You are? Very good. May I see it? Oh, what a terrible shame. Well, if you think you know where you left it and can retrieve it, I'll be here.
Oh, I enhanced it. That's why.
What? Oh, goodbye. I have things to spells and incantations for those with the talent to cast them.
There it is, mud crab. doesn't have the bound bow. I need to work on.
Yes, yes, I have a look. Search to do.
The two girls should enjoy that. The two orphans I took in, I should say. Next is the temple. Maybe not. Shrine of Talos. That one is way down there.
Kill! I'm sorry to drag you into Markarth's problems, but after that attack in the market, I'm running out of time. You're an outsider. You're dangerous looking. You'll do. You want answers? Well, so do I. So does everyone in the city. A man goes crazy in the market. Everyone knows he's a Forsworn agent. Guards do nothing. Nothing but clean up the mess. This has been going on for years. And all I've been able to find is murder and blood. I need help. Please, who's behind Waylon and the Forsworn? And I'll pay you for any information you bring me. She's not from Markarth. The air about her screamed outsider. Visitors to the city usually stay at the Silver Blood Inn. He was one of the smelter workers. I used to have a job down there myself, casting silver ingots. I never knew much about Waylon, except he lives in the Warrens, like all the other workers. They're remnants of the old rulers of Markarth, natives of the Reach, followers of the old ways. The Nords drove them out of the city, Ulfric Stormcloak and his men. That was about 20 years ago. But somehow they're still here, and they're killing people. Yes, it all started when I was a boy. My father owned one of the mines. Rare for anyone who isn't a Nord. He was killed. Guards said it was just a madman, but everyone knew the murderer was a member of the Forsworn. I've been trying to find out why ever since. Gotten nowhere so far. And then I got married. Have a child of my own on the way. I swore I was going to just give up for my child's sake, but it's like my father's ghost is haunting me, asking me why. Let me know as soon as you found anything.
Come on in. The Silverblood Inn has plenty of strong drink and clean rooms. If I can't get you something, I'm sure my wife will bellow at me until I can. Ah, yes. Rented the nicest room we had for a whole month. I think she's sitting by the fire. Poor girl. Remember, ale is cheaper than blood in Markarth.
Oh, it's you. The one from the market. No. I was just buying jewelry for my sister in Cyrodiil. I've never even seen that man before. Not much. One moment I was buying a necklace, and the rest is just a blur. Just visiting. I had some business here, that's all. Was it that obvious? Damn. I must be losing my touch. I'm one of General Tullius's agents. I was sent to investigate the Treasury House and the Silverblood family. They own Sidna Mine, one of the toughest jails in Skyrim. I was hoping I could buy or steal the deed, but I don't think that's how things work here. Mark my words. Thonar Silverblood was behind that attack in the market. Somehow.
Unlike my husband Clever, I watch after our guests.
You. I've seen you snooping around, asking questions. Back off. You don't want to know what happens to troublemakers here. You're finding it. That's bad enough. This is your last warning, outsider. We keep the peace here. Stay out of our business.
Curiouser and curiouser. So, Thonar and Waylon. I mean. There's Waylon right here, not too far away, and
I have to wonder, what does the Dragonborn do once he's summoned by the Greybeards?
I trust you're not planning any trouble. What can I do for you, friend?
oh, this is a dump.
The Warrens isn't a place for your type. What do you want? Oh yes. I know everyone who sleeps in the Warrens. Kind of the one who passes the keys around. I guess someone else will be taking his room now. Sorry, but you don't exactly belong here. Welcome to the Warrens. That's right. Welcome to Markarth, traveler. Thank the Divines you can choose to live somewhere else. It's where you go when you can't afford a room anywhere else. About the time they opened the mines, someone got the idea to throw beds in here. Laborers, the sick, the lame, we're all here. All right then.
There's no shipments coming in, so I do nothing. Just drink.
You don't want to be here. Don't know anyone here who doesn't have rattles or ataxia.
This is his room.
The Warrens isn't a place for your type. What do you want?
Alright, find out what N is.
You've been digging around where you don't belong. It's time you learned a lesson. Someone who doesn't like you asking questions. Come on.
Alright, hand to hand then.
Let's see what you're made of.
Yeah, I forgot to...
No! You're nothing! That's all you got!
This one won't give up.
You mangy piece of pit bait. I was sent by Nepos the Nose. The old man hands out the orders. He told me to make sure you didn't get in the way. That's all I know, I swear.
So Nepos to Nose.
Let me guess. Someone stole your sweet one.
What do you need?
Went right past it.
How can I help a brother know?
That's the treasury house. I'll hold off on that one for the moment.
Excuse me, but do you know anything about this house? Seen anyone enter or leave? Seems no one... I'm with the Vigil of Stendar. I was actually just a... Follow me, and keep your eyes open. Daedra are powerful creatures and tricksters. Never know what you'll find.
What is it?
I know I'm missing something. There it is. Alright, so 2 people. Three people, one of them right there.
Excuse me. What's your business here? We haven't been expecting you, and the old man needs his rest. Come back some other time.
Wait. It's okay, my dear. Send him.
Yes, Nepos. You heard him. Go on in.
I'm sorry about my housekeeper. She's a little protective of me. Now, what is it you want? Ah, yes. You've proven to be a real bloodhound. Well, you've sniffed me out. I've been playing this game for almost 20 years, sending the young to their deaths, all in the name of the Forsworn. And I'm tired. So tired. Because my king told me to. Madanach. When the uprising fell at the hands of the Nords, they threw him in the mines. I don't know how, but he lives. I get his messages, and I hand out his orders without question. He is the king in rags, a man who once held all the Reach within his grip. He stokes the passions of the downtrodden in this city, directs them to kill the enemies of the Forsworn in our name. All from inside Sidna Mine, a Nord prison. The irony is quite thick. Markarth and the Reach are our lands. That is why we are the Forsworn. We cannot claim the home that is rightly ours. But then, during their war with the elves, we had our moment. We drove the Nords out of the Reach in a great uprising. Then Ulfric and his men came. Those of us who didn't run were executed, except for myself, my king, and a handful of others. My dear boy, what makes you think you're getting out of here alive? You were seen coming in. The girl at the door is a Forsworn agent masquerading as a maid. You aren't the first one to have gotten this far. You won't be the last. I'm sorry, but you're not leaving alive.
That's all you've got! You're dead! I think you're bleeding!
Yeah, I forgot I picked up the key. Oh well. Probably being manipulated by someone other than the king. My suspicion the king has been dead for some time.
I mostly deal with petty thievery and drunken brawls. Been too long since we've had a good bandit raid.
I'm sorry. We're only interested in helping our patrons. I'm afraid he's asked not to be disturbed. He has important business. Riches are a gate opener around here. Head right in. I have records I need to tend to.
You just let old Nana know if you need anything. All right, dear?
What are you doing here? I told them no visitors. The Imperial agent? That's right, I knew. How many dogs is the Empire going to send after me? This is my business. My city. You Empire lovers should learn to stay out of it. Now get out!
For the Forsworn!
What? By the gods, veteran!
Head!
Great.
God damn you!
That's it!
No.
Oh well, mess with me. Must have run off. My wife. They killed her. Damn Madanach. Damn his forsworn backside. No, you're not. You want to know what the Forsworn really are? They're my puppets. I have their king rotting in Sidna Mine. He was supposed to keep them under control. When their uprising was crushed, I had Madanach brought to me. He was a wild animal, but a useful one. I offered him a stay from execution if he used his influence to deal with any annoyances that came up. Competitors, agents, idiots. So I've let him run his little Forsworn rebellion from inside Sidna Mine. Now he's out of control. My prison. The source of half the silver in Skyrim. The most secure prison in Tamriel. No one escapes. I thought keeping Madanach down there would keep him under control. You already got what you wanted, you damn hound. This is your fault. You and Madanach are animals, and I'll see you both rot to death in Sidna Mine for this. Now get out of my house!
I'm just a servant. Don't pay me any mind. I have records I need to tend to.
I suppose I could have done better.
We warned you, but you had to just go and cause trouble. Now we have to pin all these recent murders on you. Silence witnesses. Work, work, work. Same thing we do with all the other natives who want to change things around here. We had a nice little deal going between Thonar and Madanach until you and Elthris started snooping around. Well, you wanted to find the man responsible for those killings. You'll have plenty of time with the King in Rags when you're in Sidna Mine. You'll never see the sun again, you hear me? No one escapes Sidna Mine. No one.
This will get me into the mine, where I can take care of the king.
All right, prisoner. Eyes front. You're in Sidna Mine now, and we expect you to earn your keep. There's no resting your hide in a cell in this prison. Here you work. You'll mine ore until you start throwing up silver bars. You got it? Good. All right. Open her up. Now you, get down there.
What are you in for, new blood? Innocent. So was I, for the first one. The other murders were all me, though. My advice? Serve your time at the pickaxe and get out. You don't want to end up getting a shiv in the guts over a bottle of skooma. Small blade, easy to hide. I mean, sure, you could just swing a pickaxe into someone's face, but people tend to see that coming. Got a problem with a prisoner? Get a shiv. Here Grisvar has a spare, if you could get him to part with it. If you're asking, that means you're the new lifer. Tough luck, friend. Those guards sold you out, but good. No one talks to Madanach, I'm afraid. Not without getting past Borkul the Beast. And you don't want to talk to Borkul the Beast. Madanach's guard. Big, even for an orc. Heard he ripped a man's arm off and beat him to death with it. He's old-fashioned like that. A Nord nobleman I served was stabbed in the night. Wasn't me, but I knew I'd be blamed. So I ran, joined the Forsworn, started killing, got caught. Now I'm here. They come in here once a week to clean out the bodies, grab any ore we've mined, and beat down the troublemakers. That's the only time when we get food, too. And if there's not enough ore mined up, we don't get any. Bottles of moon sugar. Khajiit use it as a pick-me-up. A good way to pass the time. Prisoners smuggle the stuff in. Only currency we have down here. Because life was better under the old ways. No Nords and their laws. One day the Forsworn will paint the walls of Markarth in your kinsman's blood. Best you not be there on that day, Nord. Mm-hmm.
Other prisoners get suspicious when we talk to each other, so keep it down. I'm a Forsworn. One of our raids went bad and I got captured. Would have been fine dying for the Reach with my kinsman, but the Silverbloods want their ore mine, so they threw me in here. Year 7, I think. Surprised I haven't cut my own throat out by now. but something keeps me going. All right, then.
Not much the other way.
Jarl decided I was too much of a problem. Threw me in here with the Forsworn. The first time, thieving. The second time, thieving. The third time, thieving. It kind of keeps going like that. First it was 6 months, then a year, then 2 years. Now I'm in for life. Ah, you want protection? I can get you what you need. Maybe you could do something for me first. Duok has a bottle of skooma, finest distilled moon sugar. I'm shaking just thinking about it. Thank you, friend. Don't worry. I'll have that shiv ready for you. Uh-huh.
I was sent here because someone said I was a Forsworn. Guards say I murdered someone. I was just sleeping off some meat in my aunt's house. That didn't stop them from arresting me. I didn't even know who they said I killed. Couple of years. I wasn't a Forsworn when I came, but I joined up when I got in. Easier that way. Mm-hmm.
I got locked up one too many times. Now I'm in for life. I swear, if I ever get out of here, I'm giving up thieving. Really.
Don't reach for a shiv around me or we'll both regret it. What do you want?
I don't want to talk about it. Long enough.
Be careful!
Well, I always have bound sword.
Other prisoners get suspicious when we You give me one more look, and I cut you open. That skooma's mine. Getting the shakes, huh? All right, take it. Old gods keep you. Until next time.
That was easier than I thought it'd be.
Jarl decided I was... Here's your shiv. Promise you won't ever use it on me, okay? All right, then.
The new meat. So soft, tender. What was it like killing your first one, huh? A true killer like me. The gods put us here to fill their halls with souls. You'll fit in fine down here. You want to talk to the king in rags? Fine. But first you gotta pay the toll. How about you get me a shiv? Not that I need one, but it's nice to have one in case I need to do some shaving.
Oh, well.
All right, head on in. But don't try anything in there. Madanak is smarter than you think. Murder, banditry, assault, theft, and lollygagging. Guards brought me in about 12 years ago. Was running a good group of bandits up until then. But these Forsworn, they're nothing like the men I cobbled together. They're real killers. Fight well.
Well, well, look at you. Your kinsmen have turned you into an animal, Nord. A wild beast caged up and left to go mad. So, my fellow beast, what do you want? Answers about the Forsworn? Revenge for trying to have you killed? Your freedom? Yes, but even if you were to escape Sidna Mine, your name would still be stained with... You're one of us now, you see? A slave. The boot of your kinsman stepping on your throat. Maybe if you understood that, I could help you. There's a man named Breg inside these mines. Besides me, he's been here the longest. Tell him I sent you. Ask him why he's here. I want you to know how widespread the injustice of Markarth is. Our vengeance will come.
You serve your time by digging, so dig.
Don't reach for a shiv around me or we'll both regret it. My story, huh? Everyone in Sidna Mine has a tale. Let's hear yours first. When was the first time you felt chains around your wrists? So you know what it's like to have your life in someone else's hands. Why should they get to decide? Isn't judgment for the gods? Do you have any family? Anyone waiting for you on the outside? I had a daughter once. She'd be 23 this year. Married to some hot-headed silver worker, or maybe on her own, learning the herb trade. The Nords didn't care who was and who wasn't involved in the Forsworn uprising. I had spoken to Madanak once. That was enough. But my little Aethra didn't want to see her papa leave her. She pleaded to the Jarl to take her instead. And after they made me watch as her head rolled off the block, they threw me in here anyway to dig up their silver. My daughter is the one who needs your pity. I'm just a poor Forsworn whose only regret is not killing more Nords before I was locked up. I'm not Monadnak. I was never a leader of the Forsworn. The only anger I can justify is my own. But every family in the Reach has a story like mine. There are no innocent onlookers in this struggle, just the guilty and the dead. Till next time.
You serve your time by digging, so dig.
Well, I was sad with this guy. They're gonna go back to what they were doing. This should do it. Sneak attack with daggers. I don't have bound bow. But I do have bound dagger.
What do you think you're doing?
There they go, Will. Trying to trade blows. Restoration, healing.
Nobody here now.
I waited too long. So, for some reason the bound dagger didn't quite do what I expected. Let's try that one more time. Did do 15 damage.
I'll gut you like a horker! Ha! Not impressed!
Nobody here now.
Dagger just isn't doing it.
Last mistake! Never should have come here!
Search the cells near my room. Use my key. Looks like spiders. One spider down. Wraithman. There's one spider up yonder. Should be able to handle both. Sorry, I guess not, though. So, got that dwarven thing behind me. Great, my own my own skeleton got in my way. This will have the advantage of actually making me stronger in this area. Because I definitely need to increase my conjuration if I'm going to get that bound bow. I think each kill that the summoned creature gets also increases it. But it's able to take care of one of them, but not both. So this next one should be able to take out the other one as well. quite do what I expected.
My eyes inside Sidna Mine tell me that Madanak is dead. You've done a great service to the Silver Blood family. I've had the Jarl officially pardon you and take care of a few other loose ends. Yes, you're innocent. As innocent as anyone can be in this city. I guess we also owe you something for locking you up. Here, your family's ring, and everything the guards confiscated from you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a mine that needs new workers to fill.
Yeah. Seem to be missing something. That is my Dawn Guard armor.
Name's been cleared. Thonar Silvercloud. Consider yourself lucky.
Okay, with that done, there's another place I want to go to. And that is just north of Whiterun. To this place. The weapons that creature uses are random.
This doesn't concern you, citizen.
Not really the nicest of people. That seems to be a part of the course for the Falmar. Fortunately, I've got my mana regeneration up. And the thing is, I need to let the conjured creature do damage to help raise my conjuration. that bone that he seems to use as a mace doesn't seem to do quite as much damage.
Forsworn will reclaim what is rightfully ours.
They're getting hits in and stunning them before he can damage too many of them. What's slowing my recovery is the fact that I'm in combat. Let's go ahead and drink potions. Combat again. The skeleton doesn't seem to be able to keep pace. That's a issue. Unless it's not raising it at all. Let's switch over to Storm Atronach then. It should have raised by 1 by now. But it could be that none of the spells from the Dawn Guard thing raises your Actually, it does work. Where I'm going now, I've been to with some other playthroughs, and that is to get a time-slowing shout. You find this one normally by doing the Civil War quest line for both sides. bandits. Excuse me. Alright then.
Get the best of me. That's all you got? Mercy!
If you don't do it, then she'll just attack you when she gets back up again. They might ask for mercy, but that's just a trick. Now, I may or may not be able to get into this area. This depends upon where that claw is. It doesn't look like I can get in at all. Alright, so to get that time slow, I'm gonna need to do part of the Civil War quest line. There's a fort near Iverstead that I want to take a look at. And then depending upon what's there, go on to the main quest line again. Vampires. And there's my soul skeleton. That one's not gonna win any marathons. I'm assuming they killed him. Or it doesn't. I'll just cast another one because what I need to do is increase my conjuration. Casting that in battle will help it. And all the damage these creatures do will also help it. Only in that shot.
Lucky hit. I've got you into pieces.
I had hoped that would increase it by another point. Anyway, there's a fort near Iverstead I'm heading towards now. It's just to the south of it. Maybe it's to the north of it. Hopefully I can find it. Or I could find it again. I found it one time. Just not with this character. The only thing I really remember is that there are conjurers there. That might be useful. What I'm hoping to find at this place, and if I can find it again, is any conjuration spells. Maybe a bound bow spell. Since I still don't know the skill level I need to purchase it. Vampires. Yeah, that's an ambush. I've been through that ambush I don't know how many times. Harborstead's just up ahead. When the road splits, follow it to the left. Where is this? That is interesting how they team up with those wolves. Each of them should be one shots. At Irisstead, the Fort Amol should be nearby. I'll start by searching to the north.
Watch the skies, traveler.
It has been some time since I've been attacked by a dragon. Looks like there's another barrel right there. This can be risky, but as long as you are careful and pay attention to how far you fall at any given time, you should be fine. As long as you don't fall too far in a given moment, you don't take damage. See what's on Dark Order Pass. That wasn't what I expected. I'm not exactly sure what happened to my conjured creature, but it's around there somewhere. It's almost like it was immediately summoned. It was summoned and immediately vanished. Either that or he's fighting down there. He's fighting down there. That's a good thing. Not so good against the ranged. This isn't good. If I wanted to find Palmer, there's a whole nest of them. be 2 ways to go, one by water, one by these side paths. Alright, that didn't work.
Someone there?
No sign of him.
May or may not be an enemy. They've taken over Old Norse or Nord Barrow.
You remind me of the shadow scales from the old histories. Dirkethus from Darkwater Crossing. Should have known better than to swim all the way to the falls. Please, get me out of here. All right then.
Okay. So he wasn't an enemy. Should verify first. It's a good thing that arrow did not go through. The thing about these creatures is that they poison. Or they have poison attacks. What's slightly throwing me off is the fact that the person I'm escorting is detecting me, so that means the eyeball's open. That's the fall he was talking about. this is outside the cave.
You have questions? Thanks. I'm out. Ours is to smile at your passing, friend.
Yeah, it's easier than jumping off that. Still got to find Fort Amol though. Or find it again.
Right then.
I think it's over here. I think that's it right above, right ahead. And that's where I saw the conjurers. I really need to get more steel bolts. I'm gonna do that then after I search this place. Yep, this is it. One conjurer up there above the gate for one moment. Let's throw a bit of chaos in there. Not stealing, so it appears I was correct on thinking that they are basically bandits. Just with magic. Yeah, they are. Looks like they killed the Stormcloaks that held this place.
I'm warning you, back off!
Not just conjurers. Also, Storm wizards. That can be a pain for oh, great. Especially fire ones when they one-shot you.
You have questions? Thanks. I'm out.
Well, I know where it is. I know how to handle them too. I'll just worry about attacking them, raising my conjuration else another time.
I'm on my way to Solitude to join the Legion. A united empire is better for everyone.
Two spiders.
Cleared out, I guess.
That exploding fireball can be a pain. That one was sacrificing people. That is weird. Floating lantern. Using frost against the Nord is not very bright. Not that you cannot defeat them with it, but they have resistances to it. So the next time I stream my main character of Skyrim, it's going to be inside this fortress and clearing it out of these crazy spell people. These crazy mages that have taken over. It's a prison. Fort Amol itself. And what looks like a second story entrance to it. So thank you for watching, and that is it for tonight.